Hello, my name is Lisa. This is my corner. You're very welcome if you've never been here before. I talk about art books, art reviews, art hauls, art products, inspirations, things that I've been thinking about. And today, it's still hot. We've invited hay fever into our house. So if I sound very croaky and that's what's happening. Now I have a couple of things to talk about today. Later in the video, I am going to be doing swatches and kind of a review of Acrylagouache. I know I've got more than that here. I've got two more. Here they are. Hello lads. Come here. These guys. And I've got a pack of 5 with the primary colours in it. So, but I just swatched these because they have been returning back into my rotation of stuff because I had a big clear out and I rediscovered things and they're wonderful. And they've kind of created a reset thinking about some things, about an approach to the next big phase. I've had a tiny epiphany in the last few days about, well, I don't know if this is the place to discuss this, locus of control. Who's in control? Where, because it's all stemmed from where am I going next? What is this all about? What's my plan? Now, I'm not a person who's naturally given to planning. Things just happen. But I think I've bobbed up to a phase with my painting, with what I'm doing in here, that needs some sort of a next phase to take it on to, or else I'm just wandering around in a circle. So I am going to create a website and I'm going to put my work up for sale, but I'm going to create prints and postcards. That's it. And all of this revealed itself to me the last few days, and I have to say it soothed this anxiety that I had about what I was doing because I couldn't see where it was going, and now I can, and that's fantastic. So stay tuned as I go through this process of not being scared, I think is the word, to not try and not be too scared. I'm not going to invest financially into it in enormous amounts. I'm making a tiny bit of income out of the things that I'm doing at the moment. It's not masses, but it's enough for me to say, well, I can use this and do that there. We're breaking even. And if that takes off, then fantastic. So yeah. And it was about me saying, this is what I want to do for me. And in that vein as well, I've also found out that I work best when I'm not trying to be somebody else or trying to imitate or emulate somebody else, and I get frustrated. So I have found that when I'm getting frustrated with something, it's because I'm trying to copy somebody. But when I go ahead and do my own thing and give myself permission to do my own thing, it's infinitely more satisfactory, and I feel far more confident with it because I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. This leads on to something else. Bullet journals. I've struggled with them. I've really tried so hard. And again, it comes back to me not being the most organised person. Like naturally, I have an organised way, but I tend to internalise it. I don't write things down, so I just sit and worry about things. But for all these bullet journal videos and things and methods and setups and all the rest of it, I loved the idea, but I found myself overwhelmed. So I had some of these knocking around. They're just dot grid journals. And taking some of the theories, I've just kept it really simple. So I've got that, which is just 2 months in advance. I'm not going to set my whole year out because there's no point, lads, because life has a way of jumping up and undoing everything. I'm not going to over decorate it. I'm just going to make very simple lists. I'm not doing incredibly detailed, literally go brush your teeth at 9. No, because I don't need reminding. This has been helpful. This has also offset an awful lot of anxiety. But I'm not going to get into this, like where this becomes a work of art in its own. This is going to be very, very functional. And I'm going to restrain myself because previously, for an example, I love the Traveller's Notebooks. And I really, particularly during lockdown, I really got into them. They really saved my mind in a bit. So I was getting up to all sorts. I was spending ages every day on these guys, and I filled 6, 7, 8 in, and included in that are 2 art blank notebooks. I mean, they're still not finished. What? I don't too badly in this sort of thing. And for little moments of whimsy and little ideas, they really were, and they really are, and they still are. Look, I had fun. I enjoyed them. But now I feel that they're actually a bit distracting because they're not part of the overall big picture. They're kind of like a sideshow, and I'm finding I'm actually getting really busy because I'm making plans, and that has to be in here really functional. So yeah, stay tuned for the Acrylagouache swatches. It was tremendous fun. It was a revelation again about what's been lurking around in here. And since I did a clean up and a tidy up and a reassessment of everything, because I can get to them, I've been using them and they've been wonderful. So thank you again for joining me. Thank you to all my new subscribers too. Thank you for watching and commenting and liking, and I hope you get something out of it. Leave me a comment, leave me a like, please subscribe, and do come back again and see me as soon as you can, and stay creative. So bye for now. Okay, so I've taped off 2 pages. Do you know what I've found to make relatively even-sized squares for swatching? Starting at the top from where I've taped off the edge, I measure from the tip of my thumb to the first joint roughly and tape across, and it's given me relatively even. I think that's okay, isn't it? So if you want nice uniformity, here's an idea. Hello and welcome to the swatch section. Acrylagouache. These weren't my first, these were not my first experience with them. These were this little starter set. I think it was £15 online, and to be honest, it's grand. Yeah, it's all the versatility. You can mix anything you like with just your primaries. I suggest you check out, is it Zoran palette? You can do anything with these. But I decided, as well as these, as sort of a complementary part to these, this will make sense in a minute. These pastel coloured ones, I saw so many people using these pastels, and again, you girls and boys know me, I'm a clown, I'm an idiot, I'll buy anything. How they differ from, sorry, how they differ from, let's give you an example here, hang on. So Paveo, this is my white, okay, here we go. Winsor & Newton designer gouache, which I'd say is extremely popular. So, Acrylagouache, Japanese, made by Holbein. They're expensive. These were 15 quid. Listen, I'm going to put the prices up of these because I can't remember off the top of my head, but I will put the prices up below. They are far more expensive than Winsor & Newton. Funnily enough, if you go to Japan, they sell them in Daiso, I think. They're everywhere. They're in every street corner. And it's not that they're hard to come by here, but they will cost you a lot. So that's why I've decided to stick with just these and see where it takes me. So hang on. What I've been practicing is finessing how to get the best out of these, how to thin them. I suppose the word would be finagle. So I'm going to start with a really, really thinnest wash of the cream yellow. I'm going to start over here. See if I can get that thinner. Yeah. I'm using a synthetic brush. So as I'm going along, I'm just going to increase the amount of colour, the amount of product. So from a very watery consistency to a much creamier. More opaque. I find that they do differ in this respect from the designer, the Winsor Newton, in that they're very, very opaque when you use them. Now this is with literally no water in it. The last one. Make that as thick as I dare. Green. Usually it's taken quite a bit too. Obviously there are more nuanced ways to do this with tiny increments of added water, but you know, like I say, I'm not at the level of expertise just yet. More. It feels like it takes a lot to thin out the green. But they all do feel really lovely to work with. This paper is an A6 watercolour sketchbook by Tumor Arte. It's 25% cotton. And this is another thing I'm coming to terms with because I've been finding it a little funny to work with. It feels like colour is sitting on top of it, like sort of stuff is skipping over it. Because previously I was using the etcher, 100% cotton, and it's very thirsty and it can take a lot. But it seems to, again, take a lot for this to, it's not very malleable. So I'm not going to waste it, I'm going to use it, but yeah, in this art, going everywhere is that you find your skills changing as you meet different products, and it maybe sets you off in a whole different course. So that's the mint green. I don't know how keen I am on the mint green, because it looks a little bit institutional. Don't know, not sure about it. And here it is just covering up. Yeah, it's really opaque. Here's the ash blue. Put that down here. Let's see. Yeah, ash blue. Lovely. Again. To show you, it is really taking a lot to thin this to a wash. Of all of them, it's most finagly, but that's pretty. I don't know if this is actually the intended way to use it, but if you're meant to use it heavily, okay. It's really, really thick. Moves delightfully across this paper. Hopefully that streakiness will pass when it's dried. Okay, this is with just a limited I want to do it in single strokes like this so you can see how much paint there is. Do that down the edge. And here is the last one, is no water whatsoever. Really thick. So there. I'm going to let that dry. Then we'll peel off all the masking tapes. How lovely is this? Wow. Okay, so listen. Here's something. Here's kind of a confession. I don't usually swatch. I don't do this as a rule because I don't know. I think I get bored because I'm actually 10 years old. But I've learned so much about how these operate just by this exercise. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I love the outcome. I love how they look. And I've come to an... Well, listen, let's look at this as well for a little demonstration. We'll zoom in. So, I have a luminance pencil. Sepia, 50%. Let's see. Oh, that's really opaque, really dark. There's a look here on the mint green. Let's see a white on this. Okay, Derwent Chinese white. I've been told it's the whitest white, the best white. It grips really nicely. It feels a bit sort of slidey. It's nice. You know, that's not awe-inspiring. It's okay. I put just a couple of gel pens. So there's the ever-present Jelly Roll by Sakura. That's okay. And then there is the Uniball Signal. I think this gel as well. Mitsubishi. Give it a little shaky. I prefer the nib on this, but you know what? None of them are setting the world on fire. Let's just colour that. Yeah. Don't know what to suggest. There's an Acryla white. So this is the titanium white. The titanium white. Just keep repeating myself. Just gonna do this little corner here. That's it, with like the absolute minimum water in it. Oh, there's a major hair hanging off the end of this brush. Let me zoom in a bit. Is it really, really, really thick? So let that dry, come back to it. Right, so these pastels, and let's flip over. And I just went ahead and I swatched all of these. You don't want to watch me do all of that. Listen, oh my golly gosh, the punch on these is phenomenal. Look at that blue. Oh, it's vivid. They don't look one bit chalky like you would expect from a traditional gouache, but I suppose that's the Acryla part in it because they're acrylic. Yeah. Oh my words. Okay, so my conclusion. These deserve their reputation. 100%. They are gorgeous, and I will definitely be investing in these bit more. There's a few marks from where it touched it on the other page. Yes, that's a yes for me. The pastels, they're pretty, but they're not as versatile. Obviously, you're not going to get as much. They actually, when I have, hang on 1 minute. Okay, so I'm just going to mix the mint green with the white, see where we land. And I'm just going to pop her in here like a subsection. Let's get a bit more white in there, like make it really. Just for the purposes of demonstration. And you can see that it's not shifting underneath it. It's my version of a square. I'm nothing without masking tape. Okay, that's it, I'll stop there. They're gorgeous, they're very lovely. They're gorgeous, they're very lovely, but I would limit how many of these I would buy. So from this I have learned that these were very much an impulse buy, and although they're cute, etc., they're not really fit what I need in terms of what I do, except for maybe some certain parts of a sunset, like a soft seascape sunset, these lavenders and yellows and distant hills. And unless I think I was doing something really, really, how could you call it, illustrative, graphic, I don't really think I'd go much further than that with them. However, these guys, oh hello, not the way I wanted to go. Yes, that's a yes. So let me just clarify that this was a starter pack. Got it from Jackson's, I think it was £15. I'll put the price up. Definitely. They move so beautifully across the paper. Now look at this. This looks effortless when it's dried down. There's no, on the yellow, no patchy, no streaky. The lemon yellow, I didn't need to use so much water. Same here. Look at that beautiful pale pink. Look at the nuance, the difference between the gradations. Again, like I say, I've learned so much about how to use them. The jet black, bit streaky here when you're using a lot of water, but jet black lives up to its name. So, yeah, worth it, worth everything. Been a pleasure to use them. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Please let me know what you think. Whether these are something that's a permanent thing in your collection. I keep looking, this is so cute. Are these permanent in your collection? Do you gravitate towards these pastels? Let me know how you use them. I look forward to hearing from you. And that's everything. This was such fun, especially the masking tape. Okay, bye for now.